So I guess let me lead the question. What do you like about being in a community this size for basketball? What you can do?
Well, Gallatin County is definitely a basketball community, and they're very passionate, mainly because, of what John Jones has done on the boys program, but also what Coach Roberts did as a player and as a coach for the girls side. So there's been a lot of success in both boys and girls in this county, and I'm just trying to keep it going, rebuild it, and see if we can't even make it even better. But people are passionate, man. I go to the dollar store, and I'm kind of an introvert, so I go to the dollar store, and I've got to dodge people that, they want to talk about your press break and different things. I'm just here to buy some candy or something, So, but people are very passionate.
You're always on, right? When you are a head coach in Gallatin County, you are always on.
Yeah, they see you at the diner or whatever, but it's it's awesome.
Right.
It's fun. People are constantly asking, how can we help the program? How can we do this? Do you need this? What's your plan?
Yeah.
Constantly. So that's a good feeling.
So this is so I guess kind of in your mind's eye, what is a sign of a successful season? Like what makes a good year?
Well, I tell the girls that, John Wooden once said success is looking back knowing that you gave everything that you possibly gave. It's not about wins or losses. So certain people probably think it's about wins and losses. To me, it's did we go out, play as hard as we possibly could, treated each other as good as we possibly could. I taught them how to be good teammates, and we represented our county well. I think if we do the things, we work those girls work extremely hard. They make it easy for me because I come in there and they work so hard. So I think the rest is going to take care of itself. But just teaching young ladies how to work hard. I always tell them you're tougher than what you think you are. And I think they're buying into it and they're starting to learn.
Give me like a little thumbnail sketch of your career in basketball then.
Well, I went to Elizabethtown High School in Kentucky.
Yeah.
And I was extremely lucky to be on a really good basketball team.
Yeah.
We won our region my junior year. We went to the state tournament, lost to South Laurel, who won the state tournament. The next year, my senior year, we were preseason number 1 in the state. We were number 1 in the state most of the year. And then we lost in the region championship to our arch rival, John Harden, who we beat 4 times that season. They beat us in double overtime. So I got lucky. My senior class actually had 9 players in it.
Okay.
That were all pretty quality players.
Yeah.
And there was a junior that won Mr. Basketball his senior year. So we were loaded.
Yeah, you're stacked. Yeah.
Yeah. And then when I left E-Town, my head coach at high school thought, I guess he could see that I wanted to be a coach or had aspirations. So he gave me a flyer to go down to Lindsey Wilson College and try out. And I went down to Lindsey Wilson College and tried out and played a year there.
Okay.
And then moved on after that.
Yeah.
And then I moved up here to work at the power plant. Met Coach Randy Medford, which is a legend in this area. He was at Carroll County at the time. I volunteered a year under Carol Yeager, who's another legend in the area. And then after that, I went to Trimble County, coached JV boys basketball. And then Coach Randy Medford took the job at Gallatin County Girls and asked me to come along. And I've been there since in different aspects, middle school, JV, and then this is my 3rd season as a varsity coach.
So let's talk a little bit about this year then. So what, I guess, kind of looking at your team, what are some of kind of your expectations coming this season? Where do you think you guys are going to grow or hoping to expand on from last year?
Yeah, last year we didn't have any seniors.
Okay.
We returned everybody from last season, which is really, really cool.
Yeah.
Now we have 1 senior. We have 2 juniors. And then we have a pretty talented sophomore class. Okay. So I think our plans, obviously, we have big goals. We want to win the district championship. We want to win the region All-A and go to All-A state. I think this year, those dreams and goals, they're attainable.
Okay, so explain a little bit about like summer ball. What's that like?
This summer we played probably 20 games We went to Campbellsville University, played at a camp. I think we played probably 7 or 8 games down there. Then we went up to Mount St. Joe's, played 3 games, just going around in the whole month of in June. You just go around playing a bunch of games. So we played probably about 20 games in June, and we really we played some really tough opponents, and we hung right there with them, and I think the girls surprised themselves, and it really motivated them coming into this season. Because here, June we played basketball. They got a lot of motivation out of June. July, you take some time off, and then we've been at it since the end of July. We've been weightlifting, agility training, skills training since the end of July until October 15th is when the season actually started.
I'm not saying there's one game you'd look at ahead of any others, but is there some teams that you're going to play that you really benchmarking yourself to? You're like,
Owen County has set the bar as far as our district goes for girls basketball. So, they're on the list of, we got to get them.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get them to be what you want to be.
Right.
Walton Verona, I think they've won numerous All-A region championships. We've got to get them.
Mm-hmm.
So those are teams that we're going after. And there's a reason we're going after them. It's because they've set the bar.
Yeah, they've earned it, right?
They've earned it.
Yeah, so it's obviously it's not a knock on those guys. You're just like, you
we're
guys have
going
done well.
after
We're looking,
Yeah, when you got a target on your back like those good teams do, you should be proud of yourself.
Right.
Hopefully one day we're like that.
What do you find is like the hardest part about the in-game coaching? Like figuring out minutes, figuring out fouls, like just what's the, because you have a tenth of a second. I mean, you don't have time to reflect. You're just there in the moment.
Yeah.
What's the hardest part about that?
I think when I first started coaching, my biggest struggle was like when to use timeouts, which maybe seems simple and stuff, but planning your timeouts out, having one in your back pocket in a close game for when you need to drop a play or something. Something that's gotten me over the years is I've been stubborn. I like to play man-to-man defense.
Okay.
And I wouldn't get off of that,
Mm-hmm.
even though there's times you need to do something different.
Yeah.
So I'm learning, to don't be so stubborn. You got to change with
that would
the
be
games.
hard. I mean, it's kind of like, I know this is not the same, but like you're watching a game on TV and they're like a 12-0 run, and you're like, well, why aren't they calling the timeout?
Right. And some coaches don't. They have different strategies and stuff.
And I guess sometimes you want them to learn.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's part of it.
You got to play through it sometimes. And
sometimes
this is it, right?
Yeah.
I just think that's you've got so much going on, and that. So how many suit up on your team? How many do you have in your?
Varsity wise, we will have. Right now we have 11.
Okay.
And then we'll bring some middle schoolers once their season's over. Our numbers aren't great as far as, like 1 junior or 1 senior, 2 juniors, 4 sophomores, 3 freshmen, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So it's nice to have, we got some in each grade, but kids just, like I said, how hard we work at that benefits us.
Right.
And then it also gets us on we don't have a gym full of girls.
Right.
Because, people just don't want to work hard all the time. And I get it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, like we can dress 15. I'm
Okay.
hoping to have 15 by our
Okay.
first game that earn a spot on the varsity roster.
Okay.
If not, we've been practicing with 11 for a while now.
And that's not atypical though for a small.
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's not. Some schools, I've been getting emails about, South Odom, big school.
Yeah.
They don't have a JV girls basketball team.
Okay.
Bracken County doesn't have a JV girls basketball team. So
Yeah.
it's common anymore in today's.
It's just kind of how it goes through.
Yeah.
And I guess and you kind of touched on this, but yeah, what are your thoughts about bringing up middle schoolers onto the varsity? I mean, is it a good exposure for them?
Well, if I get middle schoolers playing varsity minutes, we're probably in trouble.
Okay.
But I love the ideal of bringing them up, letting them practice with us, learning our culture that we have set.
Yeah.
Learning how to be a good teammate, learning all that before they can actually.
That is really
give us
nice.
minutes.
You get a lot of years. I mean, you're getting additional time with them.
Yeah.
And they can, and kids are so smart. They're
Yeah,
picking up on it.
they
12,
do.
13. They're
They do. They
bringing it
pick
all
up.
in. Yeah.
It's just like the little things that, it's tough. The culture, getting the culture set and stuff like that. But, a couple years ago, you had Whitley Biddle on in here.
Yeah.
And,
She was great.
She was kind of my first one that was like, hey, this is what our culture is going to be. It's on your shoulders. And she did her and Madison Fisher, and them, they did a great job. And it's been set ever since. So it's easier now to bring the middle schoolers up because, like, these older girls are like, this is how we do things. The coach says practice starts at 3:30. You better be shoes tied on the floor at 3:30. And
right, knowing that it's really 3:25.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
it's really and no excuses. Well, hey, I'd love to have you back on maybe through the season, get a little update, and see how you guys are doing. And I appreciate you coming in talking today.
I appreciate you having me.
This is great.
Thank you.
Thank you.